throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Parker. Picked off by Xavien Howard. Make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! That's hard work.
What's good, Fin Nation? What's good? Wow. I mean, wow. I mean, you know, I talked to Damian Dees the other day. He's like, yo, you going to go live? I'm like, bro, we signed Matt Skura. I ain't about to go live after that. You know what I mean? But things are developing right now, guys. It's your boy Reason. We're back here for another one. And as always, I'm joined by the god of the mod squad, Rhino. What's good, homie?
Feels like Christmas, a scuffed Christmas, but
guys, we all know we'll get into the Will Fuller stuff. We'll get onto that. A developing story right now, per Pro Football Network. My bad. Where am I at right now in my head? I'm all like antsy. So Pro Football Network right now is reporting that we are hearing from sources that former Seattle running back Chris Carson is close to signing with the Miami Dolphins, guys. Wow.
You put me onto this guy way back when, Reason, and I took a look at him, and it was like it. I just felt like if we got him, man, it's a good alternative. It's a good alternative to have a good running back for our team, man. The guy's good.
I agree, man. You know, this is a guy who, when he was handed the rock 278 times in 2019, he had just over 1,000 yards. But the thing about Chris Carson as well, too, that people really gotta, you know, he can catch the football. Yeah. And, you know, he likes to get targeted about 5, 6, 7 times a game. And he scores touchdowns when he catches the football. So this is perfect for our RPO offense, man. You know, the only issue I've had is the same issue I have with Chris Carson that I've told all y'all. You know, he can get injured. So, this is big news. You know, because I've told all y'all, and I was on Twitter today, and I was saying, get that running back so we can go get that flexibility in the draft with that 18th pick specifically. So if a Kwity Paye, a Parsons, or a Azeez Ojulari, I'm going to keep dropping that name because, you know, I love him, or Joseph Asai is there, you can make that move and you can add that pass rusher. So I would rather them add a pass rusher at 18 than a running back. That's just where I'm at. All right. So, I mean, this is big news. Obviously, we'll keep covering it as it develops. But I'm telling you, when you put him with Malcolm Brown and you put him with Myles Gaskin and Ahmed, now I like the running back room. Now we have an alpha if this goes through. So this is exciting stuff, everyone. Like, I am really all in on this one. You know, the only thing I'll pause on is he does have a bit of an injury history. But, you know, when you take a look at the player, right? I know he got injured. What was it in? I want to say, let me look right now just so I don't look like a fool. He got injured. Well, he did miss some game times this year. He missed some games this year. I think he missed like 4 or 5. Yeah, he got injured this year, and I know he got injured in 2017. But I mean, this is a guy who, again, in 2018 and 2019, 260 and 278 snaps, Rhino, he can handle the rock.
And impressively, it's like you said, and it's what turned me on, is you said he's the most underrated running back in the entire NFL. And I'm like, whoa. And then absolutely.
Yeah, and he's only 26 years old, Rhino.
And 183 days, so he's going to be 26 all year.
Yeah.
All season.
I'm just saying, you got a guy who can catch the ball and who can run the rock, man. This is a way better signing than the James Conner if this goes through. I'm hoping this goes through because, guys, now this is the up. You could have even taken a Will Fuller out and given me Carson Skura, and I would have been like, okay, I'm not a huge fan of the Skura signing, but I like the Carson one. But you're giving me all three? I'll take it. Now, I do think Will Fuller is going to miss the first 3 games due to the PED suspension.
Yes, sir.
So you got to believe, though, after this, we're probably done. What did I tell you, Rhino? I said, this is odd. I told all of you, but I told you too. This is odd. It's like we're signing all the rotational and depth pieces first when usually you sign that after you make your splashes.
Right. It's exactly what it looked like.
And it's kind of playing out like that.
I just hope we get him, man. I hope we're not getting too excited. I hope we get him.
Yeah, well, let's talk about some guys we did get.
Yeah.
Let's first start off with Matt Skura. Now, I shouldn't have put it out in the universe yesterday, should I? Like, I did it to ourselves. So the Dolphins have signed Matt Skura to a 1-year deal. I said this yesterday on the show. I'm like, watch, they're going to come away with Matt Skura. Boom, here they do. Obviously.
You always do stuff like that. We're going to draft Jackson. Boom.
Yeah, but it's never good, bro.
No, it's never good.
No, at least I got Tua. Shit. And Raekwon.
Yep.
Jesus, if I didn't get those guys, I'd be jumping out a window right now.
God.
Not a huge fan of him. I know he's
injury.
Well, yeah, injury, and he got benched last year.
Right, but didn't he come back and then he got benched after? So maybe he came too soon. Maybe I'm thinking maybe. No,
it's because he was fumbling. He was fumbling snaps.
Right.
Like at a ridiculously high rate, and they benched him for an undrafted free agent.
Ooh, that's
and they didn't bring him back. Yeah, Skura's got some issues. You guys know how I feel. I don't really buy into PFF grades really. But I mean, if you guys just want to see for, I guess, a little bit of, if you guys want to see just for a little bit of context in terms of how PFF views them, no problem. I'll show you guys right now. Not too good, bro. Not too good at all.
Lot of orange and red.
Yeah. He's an okay. Here's the thing. What I don't like is I don't think we're getting much of an improvement from Karras. If any at all.
Right. You could argue it's a backstep.
Yeah, you could make a legitimate argument that it's a backstep. That's the issue. Hold on, right now. I'm about to come back. It's just my thing.
You're out, are you?
No, my comments aren't loading.
Oh, okay.
So give me 1 second, guys. Like literally 1 second.
Man, imagine if we get Humphrey. That would be really good for the team. He could sit behind Dieter. He could sit behind Dieter if we get Humphrey and also the Skura guy. It's a plan. It wouldn't be a bad plan.
No, it wouldn't be a bad plan at all, bro. You either draft that rookie or you let Dieter continue to grow and develop.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm down for either or. All right. And then obviously the big signing, the one everyone's, talking about right now, is Will Fuller. And Ian Rappaport, Texans speedy receiver Will Fuller signing a 1-year deal with the Dolphins. Sources tell him and Tom Pelissero, big time, deep dive. We got a guy who can stretch the field vertically. Good God. I still think they're going to double up on receiver in the draft. And he said, my understanding of the deal is it's 1 year, more than $10 million with significant upside. Again, I'll put him under the same category. He's only missing 1 game, Brad. Beautiful. I thought it was 3.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's good. Thank God. And guys, has it become official yet?
Oh, please.
Has Carson become official?
I have no idea. I haven't been looking. Please.
I'm looking right now. Hold on.
I feel bad for Pyro, but please.
Okay. I'm not seeing anything yet.
All right.
So, nothing yet. It says we're still close. we're closing in on a deal. So yeah, I don't see anything yet. Checking Rappaport and everyone. Hold on, let me give Rappaport a look.
I mean, usually if that's how they're terming it, this is a formality at that point. Usually,
yeah, PFN doesn't usually leak that kind of stuff too. In terms of they don't ever try to get ahead of the game like that. So, I mean, it could be. I'm just checking. Okay, now I'm checking just Barry Jackson after Rap. Rap doesn't have anything. All right, yeah. So there's no news yet. There's no development yet. In terms of Chris Carson. So as we last know, they're closing in, right? So now back to Will Fuller for a sec here, bro. I mean, we just looked at Skura, right? I got to show you all this because he was on pace for a huge season. So if you look at what Will Fuller was, again, it's PFF. Take it for what it's worth, guys. A lot more green and blue. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So again, a guy who likes to get targeted around, high 70s. So I'm just
100%
saying,
reception rate. Look at that. Wow.
Look at that, bro. And last year he was closing in on his first 1,000-yard season, and then obviously the PED thing hit.
Right.
But this is a guy. Look at this: 112, 108, 123, 100. If I go back here, I'll go up. I know there's years where he had 200-yard games. So we'll go season. Let's go 2019. Just the context here. Look at that, Rhino. It's Atlanta, 217 yards.
Whoa. I didn't know he had a 200-yard game. Wow.
And three touchdowns. That's not the first one he's done. 2018. He can also return too. He's a beast in the return game when they wanted to. Look at he gets hurt this year, but look at 113, 101, 124, 503 yards in 8 games, bro. Put up a $124 against us.
Wow.
And then if we go back to 2017, dude, the guy's an absolute fantasy monster. So there, this guy can produce, guys. And then we go back to his rookie season of 2016. A
lot of people were calling for him a long time ago, man. I know
Clump
thought it would happen. Yeah, Clump's over the moon today, man. He's over the moon.
Yeah, Clump was ready to pay this guy $16 million, bro.
Yeah, he got a bargain.
Yeah, really, eh? Oh man, let me hit Clump with that link right now too. See if he wants
Clump's
to come in,
man.
Because I know he wants to go off right now. So I'll give him the chance.
Nice.
Let me hit Clump up real quick, guys. Bro, I mean, this is fantastic stuff. Like, they're making moves. Good God, they're not sitting on their ass.
If this turns out with Carson, and this is not to be an asshole to anyone or to you, do you feel a lot better? Yeah. Is it a good plan B?
I said I wanted the running back, right?
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about Chris Carson when he's healthy. Like I've told you, I think he's one of the most underrated, or the most, I would say Lockett was the most underrated wide receiver, and he was the most underrated running back in the NFL.
Right.
You know what I mean? And look at the crappy line he was running behind.
Yeah. Wilson almost wanted to get the hell out of town because of them. That's how good they are.
Man. And I think he's going to get targeted more.
Right.
And you know why I think he's going to get targeted more than he was in Houston? Because Tua looks for the open guy.
Right. Definitely.
And he can win contested catches. This is a very, very good player.
So if we get Carson, what is the target at 3? Are we in Sewell mode?
Okay. We in Sewell mode
okay.
All day, every day, baby.
I got to ask Clump if he comes on, if he's changed his mind on that. Because he likes Pitts so much. Pitts at 3.
Yeah, I know, eh?
It's just nice to try and keep up with the Bills and the Pats. That's what had me down yesterday, man. They were just getting better and better and better. We're just sitting there.
how are you feeling when you saw word is that Juju Smith-Schuster is going to probably be signing with them?
The Jets, right? Or was it the Pat? Yeah, the Jets. Yeah,
the Jets.
Hey, man, they're putting a little roster together there. The Jets, man. This is going to be a hell of a division this year.
Looks like Klump is going to be coming on, guys. Nice. Yeah, it's got to be Sewell, Pitts, or Waddle still. Yeah, imagine adding now Waddle to this. Because Will Fuller, he burns, man. He's 4-3-2 guy, bro.
Wow.
We've added a legit 4-3-2 guy now. We've added speed.
Who actually catches the ball.
Hey, thank you very much. Paging Jakeem Grant.
And separates all the nice things.
I can't take that away from Jakeem Grant. He can separate. What's good separating if you can't catch the football?
Yeah, he separates from the ball too.
Why'd you have to do him like that, bro?
Sorry.
Guys,
this is
man, this is quite the development, might I say. And if we're gonna sit here and I don't know, man, if we're gonna sit here and we're gonna sit on number 3 and number 18, you gotta wonder what they're gonna be doing.
Yeah.
Damien says sure. Pitts at 3.
And look, man, yesterday and the day before, everyone had every right to be critical. There was nothing to be positive about. Zero. And even though you didn't get the exact players that you wanted, there were 2 out of the 3 positions that you filled. So it's all good. Klump.
Say it. Look at this guy.
How you doing, boys?
This guy's listening to Ham by Jay-Z and Kanye, just ready to go right now.
I'm excited. Okay.
Bro, we added a legitimate 4-3-2 guy.
Yeah, PA guy too, by the way. I don't know if anyone knows this. Kyle Pitts is a PA guy too. That's why
I didn't know he was from Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, Philly. I'm a big Pennsylvania football guy, and so is Will Fuller. So just throwing that out there.
I know he's from Notre Dame. He played at Notre Dame.
Great move. I mean, hey, he's not. This is what I tweeted. You can't when you bet on guys to stay healthy that aren't good. It's kind of dumb. Like, okay, cool, they stay healthy, but when they're healthy, they're really not that productive. Will Fuller, when he's healthy, he's productive. He's fast. He can take the top off the defense. He can run underneath routes too. Don't underestimate him as a route runner. Big fan of the move. It's awesome. I'm pretty pumped up.
And I honestly think, bro, I know he only averages like 4 or 5 receptions a game. I think he's going to be targeted more by Tua because he's going to be getting open.
I think so too. I think it's going to be awesome. I mean, I don't think his quarterback was that good. In who's the quarterback of the Texans? I don't know.
I don't know who that guy is.
I don't know. Mr. Rub and Tug.
Yeah.
Yo, I got
you just got 9 now.
Mr. 1 versus 9.
It's up to 9.
It's up to 9 as of less than an hour ago. The lawyer just said it's 9, and they have more that aren't officially filed yet. It's not good.
Buddy, Dolphins were ready to go in on Watson. Saw the suits and said, "Fuck it, get me Fuller." What do you think of Skura?
I don't like that. That made me mad. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
dude, I'm so sick of the people that are like, "Well, in 2018, he had a good year." Like, give me a break,
what I mean,
it's 2021. First of all, I saw some things too. People were like, "Give him a break on his bad snaps. It was raining." So, okay, if it's a raining game, we'll let it go. Like, let it go, boys. If it's raining, he's not going to be able to. We'll put the backup center in if it's raining. He had I saw someone said he had a cut on his hand one game. Okay, so he's got a little cut in his hand. Backup center, put him in. You need a backup center if he's struggling with snapping.
Just bring in the long snapper.
I think they did it just in case they don't draft a center. That makes me think they're taking a center way earlier than all of us believe, which I wouldn't even be surprised to see him move back up into round 1 and get a center, honestly.
You know what's crazy though, Klump? None of them are as good as what Cesar Ruiz was last year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just that I will never get that memory out of my head of them letting him come back in and snap that last ball. Dickerson, that was like the coolest thing in the world.
But again, we're adding another guy with injury problems, bro.
Hey, it could either work out or it could be the biggest disaster ever.
The Miami Glass Dolphins, bro. What do you think about the word about Chris Carson right now?
I'm literally seeing as I'm doing this, I have my other laptop up. He's never played 16 games. I didn't know that. That's a little concerning.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But he's
dude, when Chris
damn
Carson
good when
plays,
he
When he
runs.
plays, man, he can run the ball hard, and that's what you need. I think having running back by committee though, that might help him out a little bit. And I saw a lot of people that are like, oh, now they don't have to take a running back. Like I don't think that's the thing at all.
Yeah.
I think that they're doing this. This is what I said about James Conner. I don't think James Conner would have been the guy, but if you add a running back, now you have flexibility where you don't need to go up early and get a running back.
Thank
you
you.
wait it out, and guess
early.
what? If
Early's
the running backs aren't there when you want them, you go with Chris Carson and you move on. It is what it is. And Malcolm Brown, right? Because he's a superstar. But you just you move on, and I love it. These are the moves that I wanted them to do because now when they go into the draft, it makes me feel better. The center position's a disaster. There's no way to spin it. But receiver and running back, I feel a lot better about going into the draft now.
But let me ask you, like I was saying with Rhino, now they can take that that pass rusher at 18.
It's pretty sweet. I wouldn't mind it at all. I haven't really studied many defenders anyways, so I'm going to have to really start going into them now.
You need to start with Azeez Ojulari.
I saw from Georgia, right? Is that who you're?
Yeah. Oh my God, bro. And you know it's great, bro? He could line up as a defensive end in the 3-4, or you could stand him up as your 3-4 outside linebacker, bro.
And Flores loves that. He likes the versatility. So
same thing with Joseph Asai out of Texas. Love him a lot, man.
I'm excited though. I can't.
You think they're
it.
done? You think they're done if Carson is it?
What do you think his deal's going to be?
It's got to
Can't be
be
more
in the
than
$3 to $4 million.
I was going to say there's no way it's more than that, right? Then I don't know if they're done. I was thinking, are they going to start cutting people today?
Well, where did the $10 million for Will Fuller come from, bro?
Yeah, they got to start cutting people, right? Like something's happening. Restructuring.
It was $15 million for the draft.
I don't know if you guys saw it. I said if I see people start tweeting about Watson traded again, I'm blocking you. I'm done. I'm blocking anyone. Dude, the guy has 9 potential sexual assault cases. The Miami Dolphins are not trading for him. No one in the NFL is trading for him. I think the most likely trade that's going to happen now is the Dolphins trading back from 3 to Carolina because the Panthers are not trading for Deshaun Watson either. No one's trading for him. There's no possible way anyone's trading for him. You can't. How would you ever even risk? Imagine giving up 4 first-round picks and then a month later he's convicted on sexual assault charges and he's suspended forever. It's dumb. Bad business. No one's trading for him.
And the PR nightmare that would happen with trading.
Right?
What did you think about that? Did you see that PFN article?
No, on him?
Yeah, it made no sense to me. It made no sense to me. I want to show you an excerpt of it, bro.
Was it wait. Was it the one that said that they're saying that he's going to Miami?
It was the one that came out a couple hours ago.
I didn't even read it. Yeah.
Okay, let me show you. There's a little excerpt that doesn't make any sense to me because I'm sitting here. I'm like, it talks about the media, but then it talks about NFL insiders. So I'm like, okay, so who are you believing, right? So, anyways, it's Tony Pauline, obviously, and this is a little excerpt I put out. Check this one. Share screen. It's just like, who you believe in the media like this? Okay, so Pauline is hearing that the NFL media members believe that Texans QB Deshaun Watson will end up with the Miami Dolphins. However, NFL league insiders continue to tell him the Carolina Panthers want Deshaun Watson badly and are willing to pay the most to get him.
I don't get it. So wait, he's just saying that the media is like saying that makes no sense. That's
so
dumb.
He's reading articles and then people in the NFL are saying no, it's Carolina.
Well, he's not lying.
Well, and look at and
yeah, true. I guess he's not.
And when I had Albright on yesterday, what did Albright say about the situation? He said, "Yo, he's got a no trade clause. He hasn't even brought a list of teams to the Texans yet. So why is all this speculation go? Like,
They're not trading him. It's impossible, dude. No one. If I will guarantee it, no one's trading for him right now. There's no possible way. How could
Carolina seems pretty desperate? Like
I don't think they still will even
Robert Kraft has the right lawyers for that situation too.
That
so
is
he
true.
Might make a move, bro.
Crazy though.
So what? You totally think the Deshaun Watson trade is dead right now, eh?
I think it's dead. I think 0% chance any team could trade for him. How do you even take that on? The PR nightmare, like you said, and the risk of it actually being true, like. You're gonna make a decision within the draft is in what, a month and 10 days, and you're gonna say, okay, we believe him. This isn't true, and that's what you're gonna go off of. You can't do that. You just can't do it. I mean, the NFL probably has some private investigators they could get on it, but still, I don't know. He might even be suspended. Like, we'll see.
How does that? Yo, I wanted to ask you, Clump. How does that work with civil cases in the NFL?
I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work, especially with the times we're in right now. If he gets anything, man, they're going to suspend him. There's no possible way they don't suspend him. I don't see how he wouldn't be suspended if any of it is factual. Where he even even the Ben Roethlisberger thing, where everyone's like, oh, he was never convicted, but he settled outside of court, which is still like the NFL does their own investigation. Then, like the NFL will open an investigation, and if they're settling outside of court, that's sketchy. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good.
I hate to be the one to be the bearer of bad news, but Joe Fan of NBC just tweeted out he's a Seattle Seahawks insider. Been told the Chris Carson to Miami rumor isn't accurate. His future is still very much undecided.
Of course.
It's all good. Hey, Miami's trying to get him. Whatever. I'm okay with the effort.
Well, you know what's crazy? PFN doesn't usually drop stuff like that. So you had to think they were told something.
Yeah.
Because you never see them coming out and say, oh, according to sources, they don't ever do that.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. I mean, they're arguing about their sources, so we'll see.
Have you heard any?
The Seattle guys probably.
Have you heard anything about Fournette? Come on, Lombardi Lenny. Just drive up the street. Let's go.
You love him.
I love him, buddy.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's amazing, bro.
But how come there's nothing on him? There's like zero. It's like complete silence. It's so weird.
But he was day one. He was pretty hot topic though. That he was either going to New England, Seattle, or Tampa Bay. So maybe he's just waiting for Chris Carson to either go to Miami or Seattle to decide. Because what I saw the first day was that Seattle was huge on him. Like they really, really wanted him.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's just waiting for that domino to fall.
So JT donated $10. Said, "Reason what's good. Enjoy the show. How do you feel about Will Fuller?" I love the signing, man. You got a guy who can finally stretch the field vertically, like Rhino said, 4.32 speed, but he can actually catch the ball. Looking at you, Jakeem Grant. Like we got a threat, and everyone is making the big deal of Tua only throws to open guys when they're deep. Well, this is gonna be an open guy when he's deep. And like Clump said, he's a very underrated route runner. People sleep on that because they just see the guy stretch the field. So, he's got 200-yard games under his belt. The thing is, can he just stay healthy? Hopefully, he's just pumping those PEDs in right now before testing starts. So he's jacked up and ready to go, buddy.
Yeah, he already isn't playing 16 games, so at least he got one. He got one out of the way already. So,
Is he only missing one game for us?
It's only one game. He'll be back for week 2. Yeah, he took a suspension early, so he didn't play the full season this year because he said he figured he probably wasn't going to be back in Houston, and they stunk. Mm-hmm. So he took a suspension at the end of the year. So he's only out one game.
What do you think of the Robert Foster signing?
We talked about it last night.
Everyone's still like, I really like it. I'm like,
he's not making the team. I don't think he'll make the team. No shot.
Oh, I mean, bold predictions here.
No, Cameron Wolf said that on VSPN, not me. I don't think so. I mean, come on, we can't get excited about that. That guy.
Okay, let me ask you this: what do you think about Philip Lindsay?
I'd like Lindsay. I don't know.
He's just not a good. He just hasn't displayed good hands for catching the football, and he's not a good run. He's not a good pass blocker.
It goes to the same concept of the Connor, the Carson. If they add a running back that like you could kind of trust to go out there and do some things, that's okay because then it just gives you the flexibility. Malcolm Brown gives you no flexibility. You have a hole at running back still. Philip Lindsay, he gives you a little flexibility. He probably ran for 1,000 one year, right?
Yeah, he did. He's good.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just have Malcolm Brown in on pass blocking situations, I guess, if you're going that route.
Yeah.
Man.
I want to see his stats. I don't even know what Philip Lindsay's stats are.
Undrafted,
right? Undrafted.
2 seasons. Yeah, 2 seasons, 1,000-yard.
Oh, look at this guy.
9, 7, and 1 touchdowns each year. Year by year, I mean.
Hey. I don't know. I'm okay.
He's not a receiver, though. He's not well, his rookie's first one's 241, then 196. So, not awful.
Gives you flexibility. That's all I care about. I hate going into the draft, having a draft for need. That's when you fail. It's when you fail miserably.
Mm-hmm. Get pigeonholed. Not a good thing.
Let's see his rushing grades. Oh, man, he's graded out pretty well, too, eh?
Really?
Oh, shit. Yeah, he's graded up pretty well, and he doesn't
Not
fumble
awful.
He doesn't have one fumble. He doesn't have a single fumble in 3 years.
Oh yeah.
Flo likes that.
Look at this, boys. I'll bring it up for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna take that down. All right, so these are his PFF grades. Man,
A lot of green.
A lot
Right
of
here.
green. Okay.
Look at
Wait,
the
so he had a better year than he ever had this year. Oh, he got injured though. That's why.
yeah. Mhm.
All
Look at the
right.
Miami game, 82 yards, 5.1 average against Miami.
Oh yeah, he's killing us. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Every time they gave him the ball, bro.
Sign me up. Why? There's a rumor for that. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Apparently, us and the 49ers are in on him.
Oh, but that's that stupid fake rumor site, right?
Oh, that NFL rumors
Oh,
one?
I blocked their ass so bad. Yo, I cracked their code. I did. I was talking about it the Zach Ertz to Buffalo night when they tweeted that deal was done, and then they got dunked on by every NFL reporter saying it wasn't done. The reason they said it was done is they saw a Twitter user tweet that Zach Ertz followed the Bills, and he did follow the Bills, and he favorited the tweet that said that the Bills traded their backup tight end. And everyone was like, oh, what's going on here? So they jumped the gun thinking it was right. They were literally, if you look, when they report news, search the player they're using, go to recent tweets and just start scrolling through, and you'll see some big name reporters said something and they just literally regurgitate it. They're trash, dude. They are fake. Albright said that they were fake. They're fake.
Mm-hmm. Reason you see this, what Brad says, if it's true, the NFL has opened an investigation into
No way.
That's
Are
what
you
he
serious?
says. I don't know if it's true or not. Someone in the chat said that.
Brad's been dropping some real stuff in here too.
That's crazy if they're doing
You
that,
see-
man.
And Dov Kleiman came out and said the report going around Chris Carson being close to signing with Dolphins is apparently wrong because Bob Condotta basically came out and said has been told the report of Chris Carson being close to the deal with Miami is not accurate, and where he lands is still very much up in the air.
Oh, dude. Deshaun Watson.
Is
NFL
it?
officially opening an investigation. Who's
reporting that?
Tony Busby reported it. He sent the letter that the NFL sent him, and then it says, under NFL rules, players can be punished even if they're not facing criminal charges. Oh, baby.
Oh, boy.
They
Put
could
it
be
down.
suspended for a pattern of behavior.
If I see anyone, say it again, I'm serious. Anyone listening to this, I will
Blocked.
block your ass so quick. I will send you that stupid Frozen 2 gif I always send, and I will
Yeah,
block
I know.
your ass.
Into the unknown.
Into the unknown you'll go, because it is not happening. It's done. I'm telling you. You can't take this lightly. And I sent a tweet out today, and it got some love. Don't tell me that these women are lying and that the lawyer's looking for hype anymore. Everyone shut up. Like, it's got to play out now. You can't tell me that this is just some fake smear campaign and sit at night and think that that's right. I have a daughter. I brought it up last show.
Yeah.
That pisses me off. Trust me. People, this needs to be through the courts. Everyone needs to stop making assumptions if he's guilty, not guilty. Let it go through the court, and we'll go from there.
Oh, buddy, you're not lying. It's my sports update, and they're legit.
Is it?
So this is a big story now. This is big.
Yeah, because here we go. I'll bring it up for you.
Wow.
Here it is. Yeah, you're right. Look at the NFL has opened a Deshaun Watson investigation in a since deleted Instagram story. Attorney Tony Busby posted the following letter from the NFL Special Counsel for Investigations, Lisa Friel. Under NFL rules, players can be punished even if they're not facing criminal charges. And here's the actual letter. It says, Dear Mr. Busby, I'm the special counsel for the investigations of the NFL National Football League. It is my job to look into any allegations that might involve a violation of the league's personnel conduct policy. I became aware of the lawsuits you filed yesterday, as well as the one you filed this morning, which contained various allegations of misconduct by Houston Texans player Deshaun Watson. I'm writing to let you know that the league has opened an investigation into these allegations and to request the cooperation of your clients in our investigation. Such cooperation would begin with engaging in Zoom interviews with myself and another league investigator, at which, of course, you would be present. Please let me know at your earliest convenience if your clients are willing to assist us with our investigation of their allegations. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I'm waiting for the video. not joking about it. There has to
Now,
be something more.
Weirdly enough, did you catch the part where they said they found out about it recently? I
Yeah.
said that last
Val.
night too. I don't think anyone knew about this. Like, I think this is a real, like, this is intense, man. This is not a joke right now. That's why I'm getting mad that people are like, oh, the Texans just don't want him to be traded, or they want to hurt his stock. Like, the Texans, that makes no sense for the Texans' perspective anyways. Why would they want to do that? First of all, if they wanted to keep him and that's why they're doing it, every fan's going to hate him because of that. Like, people are going to turn on him. He's going to have people hating him. And if they wanted to get rid of him, that doesn't help either. That's not going to do anything. It makes no sense. It's just, again, let's just let it play out. That's all it's got to do now, because now it's big. It's bigger than big.
Yeah, you have to talk about this now. All the media and everyone.
You know, it's a blessing in disguise because I get to roll with my boy. Like I get to roll with Tua, baby, who I wanted to go with anyways.
Well, I feel bad for the girls. I feel bad for him, even though he may be a
and I'm with
scumbag.
Trump. Listen, I said to y'all backstage, I'll now say it publicly. If you did this to one of my daughters,
don't say all of it. Don't say all of it.
I won't say all of it, but I'll give people the hint.
Yeah.
I'm going
I said it last
Sicario
night.
on your ass. I'm going Sicario, bro.
Yeah.
You remember the end? Have you seen Sicario, bro?
Mm-mm.
Okay, go watch the ending of Sicario, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, bro.
I said I'd go to. I said last night on your show I would go to jail. I promise you, I'm going to jail.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't want us to implicate. Rhino doesn't want it. Rhino looking out for us doesn't want us to implicate ourselves.
But I'll be right there with you guys. Give me a call, give me a DM. I'm right there with you, bro. That's disgusting shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's over, buddy. Yo, I gotta ask you, did you block that guy Joe Grizzly? This guy's coming into everything with this Deshaun thing, saying alleged. Like this guy's defending this guy like it's his job.
I haven't seen it, so I probably haven't blocked it already.
It's unreal, bro.
I've been handing out tons of blocks this year. It's been fun. I love it.
Man. You know, we used to dunk on people, but I got tired of these people, bro. Like, they're draining. I look at, instead of arguing with these idiots for a half hour, I can spend that half hour with my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. How about Mitch Trubisky? His contract numbers just came out.
What are they?
2 years, $2.5 million with another $2 million in incentives.
What?
I would have rather had Mitch Trubisky as my backup quarterback than Jacoby Brissett. I'll just say it and throw it out there.
For the price, yeah.
For the potential. I mean, Mitch Trubisky he's flashed, you know.
Wow.
I saw you
That's
respond
crazy.
to that. I saw you respond to that Garofalo tweet where he said whatever or whoever will be under center.
Scum.
It ain't gonna be Jacoby and it ain't gonna be Deshaun, okay?
I can't believe NFL Network though. I don't know how recent that was now that they're opening the investigation, but the NFL Network better shut the reporters up, because making comments like that while the player they're talking about is being investigated for 9 cases of 9, as Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 9 times, 9 cases of sexual assault. You better just stop making that joke now, because it's not funny. I mean, this is a real matter now. So.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, do you still double up on receiver in the first 2 rounds?
Oh, I'm taking Kyle Pitts at 3. I mean, this just sets it all up. I don't see how it doesn't set it all up. I really don't. I really, truly believe. I have been like, my wife was cracking up last night. I have been listening to old Isaiah Wilson interviews, trying to get inside his head, trying to see what went wrong. And I heard an awesome interview last night. He said that he was committed to Alabama. I tweeted this if you didn't see it. He was committed to Alabama.
I thought.
And they were like, oh, why'd you go to Georgia? He said, because the day I committed, Nick Saban didn't give me a hug. And I was like, oh, shit, okay. And he said that it's the little things, that he didn't want to just be another person. Like, he wanted to be appreciated. And he just felt like Nick Saban thought he was another person. And they were all like joking about it. But I took that. And they even said to him, oh, you're a little sensitive, huh? And maybe he is a little sensitive, you know? Maybe he just wants to be appreciated. And when he got to Tennessee, it was just not what he thought, and it just all spiraled away from him. I think he's going to feel appreciated in Miami. I'm getting excited. I got a little ahead of myself. I did say comeback player of the year ?
Oh my God.
Yeah, not going to – I don't know about that, because Carson Wentz is going to win that. I could mark it down right now. I'll plant my flag there. But I feel good for him, man. I think it's going to be good.
Tom
do we
Pelissero is now tweeting about it, saying admits to multiple civil suits against Texans Deshaun Watson. The NFL confirms the matter is under review under the personal conduct policy.
Oh, baby.
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
Oh man.
Oh man, you got all that money, and you just can't get some elite escorts. Like, what's going on with life right now, bro? Like, did he not see what happened to Robert Kraft? And that was a billionaire. Oh, what do you think they're gonna do to you? Oh.
It's going to be interesting. Again, I said I don't even know what the right words to use are. I hope it's not true, but then obviously, it's messed up the other way. Regardless, we'll just let it play out and see. But it's.
And I guess Juju to the Jets is dead because they just signed. They just signed a receiver. They signed Kalen Cole to a 1-year deal.
What the hell does that mean?
Former Jags receiver Kalen Cole to a 1-year, $5.5 million deal per source. So Juju's dead.
It can't be Juju and Fuller, can it? That would be nuts.
I don't think so. I don't think we got the money for that one.
Unless he's really willing to go cheap.
Makes you wonder how much Juju was asking for.
Too much.
Kicked me out. No, don't they have a lot of money though, the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
I think they only had about we had 22 or 23 million going into today, and they only had about 30 million because I went back and looked at all the signings and deducted money. So that's why they were legitimately in on Juju, right? But
so where's Juju going? Back to the Steelers?
Man, if he signs for 11 or 12 million and we gave Will Fuller 10 or 11, I'm going to be kind of bitter.
Yeah, but you have to think. You have to think, though. If Juju is going to sign a 1-year deal for less money, it makes the most sense to do it on the Steelers. Knows the offense, get the most production in 1 year, and then go sign a fat contract. So that's it. I wouldn't be too upset with that just because he's going back to the Steelers. I feel like the only team he would give a discount like that to is the Steelers. So that might be where he's at. It's no one wants to pay me money. I'd rather take less money and stay in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, because remember, didn't he say he wanted to retire?
Yeah, he said he was upset that he wanted to stay in Pittsburgh. He even posted right when free agency started that he wanted to stay in Pittsburgh.
All right, let's open it up. Let's see what people have. Get Jeremy all riled up, everyone. And Jeremy's gonna be trying to figure out how to block you guys on StreamYard if you talk about Watson. By the way, I don't want to, but I agree with him. I don't want to hear that crap.
Yeah.
Don't come up here and talk about how you wanted him and you no longer want him because of what's going down. All the power to you. But I'm not trying to hear people calling girls liars or whatever that. I'm not trying to hear that kind of stuff.
I don't want that.
Oh, wow. It's filling up. Everyone wants to piss you off, Jeremy. Shit. RD, Todd, and Russell. What's going on, boys?
Hey, good day, man. Good day. Man, yesterday was ugly, but today is blissful in so many ways, God damn.
Russell, I know you're one of the guys that wanted Deshaun, and yesterday you moved off and said, I don't want anything to do with him because of this. You glad you said that? Because it looks like it's getting worse for this guy, buddy.
I am very glad I said that, and I don't approve of players' conduct in that manner whatsoever. I don't approve of anybody's conduct like that. So I have a daughter. That's a no-no for me. So that's where I stand with that. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna roll with what we got and go from there. I did want to ask you a question. What do you think? Obviously, it wasn't our preferred choice by any means, but what do you think of Matt Skura pickup?
I'm not I'm with Klump. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not I'm not a huge fan of what he's been over the last year and a half, 2 years. I mean, look at what Klump talked about, and then when you actually go back and watch the botch snaps, it's ugly. Like it's ugly. Like you got Lamar Jackson picking it up and running for his life near the goal line and throwing it away.
And it blows my mind that they're not willing to put out money to anybody right now. I don't get it because some of these teams don't have a whole lot more capital than we do. And I don't know. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Why not just give Dave Andrews $7 million for a year and call it a day?
They put money out on Fuller.
And that's what's weird about it. And my other question is why Fuller and not Samuel? Fuller's been hurt all the time. Samuel gives you the same type of skill set. I don't understand it.
What do you think, Jeremy?
About Will Fuller? Say it again. Sorry, I was reading something.
So he was saying, why would you give 10 plus million to Will Fuller, but you wouldn't give a basically 11.25 or 11.5 to a guy like Curtis Samuel?
I would say Will Fuller. Honestly, this might hurt. Will Fuller's a better wide receiver than Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel is more of like a gadget player that you'll move around. And with the news that they're bringing back Wilson and everything, maybe they just thought they didn't like the fit and they're going with Fuller instead. I think Fuller fits more of what the Dolphins truly needed, though, too. They need someone who can really take the top off the defense. And $10 million for Fuller, I really don't think that's that bad. I remember Reason telling me I'm an idiot. I was like, give him 16. I said I would have gave Fuller $16 million. I was dead serious. I was dead serious. I wanted it if they did trade for Deshaun Watson. I said I wanted him to sign and trade, and I would pay him the 16 mil franchise tag. I wouldn't care, but 10 mil. I mean, sign me up. I have a huge bias, like I said at the start when I came on, because of the Pennsylvania thing, but I think it's worth it. I think Curtis Samuel's going to be good. I think he's a little. We might have overrated him a little too much just because we really wanted him and thought he'd be fun in Miami, but he's really not like. He's not going to be your number one target ever, if that makes sense. Like, that's why Washington signed him. I mean, he's not going to be the number one target. They have Scary Terry there, so I'm okay with it.
I have a question for you both, Reason and Jeremy. Now that you see Steve Fuller is the prototype 6 foot speed, take the top off. Don't you see like a Rondell Moore first round now slotting in? How do you guys feel about that?
Go ahead, Jeremy. I'll answer after you.
I don't want to steal your answer because that's your guy, but I think that makes more sense too on why they even went with Fuller over Samuel. I think there's a lot of slot guys in the draft this year that they could really put their teeth into and really trust. So I would like Moore. I like Elijah Moore just as much. I'm a big Elijah Moore fan too, so it'll be interesting. I mean, you got Ole Miss. You got Tony. You got what's the other guy? Darden's one of my guys too, and then everyone's been getting on that. Who is it? Tutu Atwell. Everyone's been on.
Everyone's
right now.
Sleeping on my boy Amari Rogers. He's consistent.
Amari Rogers. Oh my God! Like that's why I think the Fuller signing highlights that they're probably going to go receiver, pick 50 to 81, one of those slot guys most likely.
Yeah, with my luck being a Hurricane fan, we're gonna get Pitts and then we're gonna get Tony, and I'm gonna have to root for Gators on Sunday.
Hey, they're good though.
They are good. Yeah, I agree with. Now it makes sense to go get your slot guy because Fuller, like Clump highlighted earlier, he can run really good underneath routes. You could move him inside out. You know what I mean? You could move him on the outside. He's got the speed. You can move him on the inside. Same with DVP, right? DVP had about 200 snaps in 129 or 130 snaps in the slot this year, right? So, and he does not run in a 4-3-2 like Will Fuller. So, I do think though, if they're gonna go receiver high, man, I got to start leaning towards Pitts. Makes a lot more sense now that you've added speed.
Yeah. Versus Waddle.
I mean, Waddle makes still sense because you're adding the speed early.
But they're so high.
I gotta say it's Pitts or Waddle, bro. I don't know if it's gonna be DeVonta Smith.
Oh, let's go.
I wouldn't mind it being Pitts, but I still want the tackle from Oregon, man. I still would feel a lot better with him over there.
I'd be okay with that pick still. I couldn't see how anyone would even be mad if they did that. I feel like that's like the safest, most non-argumentative pick they could make, in my opinion.
It is. Panaya 3 is most definitely their safest.
Another question I want to ask as a reason. You mentioned this a lot. Kinley is better when he's on the side of a healthy Jackson. So
I said Jackson's better.
Jackson's better when he's. You're right. Jackson's better when he's healthy and on the side of a healthy Kinley. So now, why I'm saying that is, if we were to get Skura, how we got Skura today, and when we get Panay, and then now Hunt's on the side of Skura, would that make Skura better? Do you see where I'm going with that?
As long as you can snap it back to the quarterback.
As long as it's not raining.
Yeah, as long as it's not raining. Yeah. I mean, he could. I think he's going to help their improvement. Now, he's not going to help to the rate that I think a Lindsey or a Hudson would have helped those two guys' development. Yeah, I mean, you got a veteran. We need a veteran presence at the end of the day. I mean, they answered it, but Russell kind of pointed it out. What shocks me is that they were willing to go 10 plus million on a receiver, but they weren't willing to pay $7 million to Andrews.
Well, no, actually, the word got out that I think that's what New England offered him, and he wanted more. He wanted $10 million. With what
everything that I've been told by people inside was $7 million, and we wouldn't budge. So
what was the contract? I didn't even see the contract
for Skura. They haven't released the numbers yet.
It better be like 1.2 million.
If I see Robert Hunt panning out to be Pro Bowler, that means he can take defensive tackles, nose tackles on his own. That tells me that Skura can be pulling with the guard or something like that. I mean, it would free up if we have near Pro Bowl guards. It would free up someone else. That's basically what. Okay.
Yeah, Robert Hunt's gonna learn how to pick up a stunt real quick and real fast.
Well, I will say this about Skura: the pass blocking is not his issue. He's actually a very good blocker. The problem is he likes to put the ball on the ground too much with his snap.
Yeah,
that's all that he had the problem with.
Yeah. I'm not the only one who watched his highlights.
No, yeah, like go back to 2017 and 2018. He's dominated people, bro. Mm-hmm. Like he's blown people up. Problem is, last year and a half, last 2 years, there's question marks.
Yeah.
So you're looking.
They said that. Sorry, they said in 2019 before the injury, he was like one of the better centers in the game, and he, really helped drive that running game for Baltimore, and really.
When Ingram was there.
Right, like when he had his. When Jackson had his MVP year, he was one of the staples, but then he got injured. Mm-hmm. And then obviously, it was a gruesome injury, but I don't know. The thing is, our team got bitter because of all the signings last year. I mean, only Byron Jones is really the long-term contracts has worked out, and Ogba, obviously. So they're like, what's the point? Let's just see what happens. We have the draft, and look, Will Fuller became available, and now we're talking about Carson. So I think they're following their formula, man, and it's the right thing to do. I think long term, right?
I really want us to lock in that running back tonight.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Oh man,
I don't know. I just saw more reputable people saying it's not true that he's not coming to Miami.
And see, it kind of makes sense because it threw me off as like, okay, they signed Malcolm Brown, and all these South Floridian media guys came out and said our budget was only like $3 to $4 million for a running back.
Yeah, I don't think that's why I said I was wondering how much he'd take. That's what I said to you.
Maybe it was a 1-year deal.
Yeah, I'd still think he's going to get more than that. I think he'd probably get 7 or 8.
Yeah, I believe that. That's a good number.
You never know, though.
He's so underrated. He's so underrated. Look at his numbers. Look at his gameplay. Just look at his video, like his tape. He's so underrated. He's one of the most underrated running backs in the whole league by far.
You guys were saying though, weren't you, that the draft will change significantly once the free agent period is over, and you can see how things are shaping up and changing now. And Reason, you were saying you wouldn't really commit to mocks too much because you wanted to see what happened in free agency. Mm-hmm. And we can see that that's now taking a different direction, and Pitts is more in play, and even trading back up for Parsons couldn't be ruled out, really.
Let me ask you, British Finn, because it's your first time up here. and shout out to you for being all the way on the other side of of the waters there. What do you think of what they've done so far?
Well, I was a bit like you guys yesterday. I was like, am Miami going to make some moves? And you kept seeing top targets coming off the board, and I was kind of like, a little bit worried there and thinking, I thought we were going to target some of these real top receivers, and you could see that the Carolina guy he went to Washington, and I was like, I thought it would be a nice fit there, having a speedster again on the outside, because what with Wilson going down injured and Kenny Stills moving on, we lacked a little speed on the outside there. And then obviously Juju was always being linked with Miami because of his connections with Tua, both being of Samoan origin and things like that. And but everybody gets linked with Miami because everybody parties in Miami because it's a good fair weather city, and so there's a lot of it gets a lot of press, gets a lot of attention. But I'm really happy to see that we've picked up some solid players there. Carson, if he can stay injury free, it can be a real stud. We saw that in Seattle. Same with Fuller. If he stays healthy, he's going to be a weapon. He's going to be dangerous.
He's a top 15 receiver if he stays healthy.
Yeah, for sure, and still young as well. They like the younger players that they can still develop. So yeah, I'm relieved more than anything. I'm relieved that we've made some moves now, and Miami's woken up, and here we are, and let's hope we continue to put a few more pieces in there and see what shakes out in the draft, and maybe moving a couple of players on as well.
Yeah, and we might be playing over there on your side of the pond this year too, buddy.
Yeah, I went to Wembley when Philbin was the head coach, and we played the Jets, and we had players like Jake Stoneburner, I think it was, who was catching passes in the end zone there, but we still lost that game, and I was like, man, this is a really bad side, what's going on here. But
did you throw anything at Joe?
Joe, yeah, I'd throw a kitchen sink at Joe, but yeah, he was not a very good coach. But yeah, fortunately, when Mr. Ross decided to rip it up and start again, and brought in a great coach like Flores, and we've had to go through a bit of hurt, but I think there's definitely light at the end of the tunnel now, guys, and we hit a draft and get some of those premium players. I'm talking Waddle. Definitely, I'd love Waddle with Fuller. I know we mentioned Rondell Moore with Waddle, but maybe we don't need Rondell Moore now. Maybe we can go Waddle and Fuller. And obviously, I still think we could. I think we could be lucky, and we could see Parsons maybe slip to 18. And you've got to run up to the podium if Parsons is there at 18, man.
Yeah.
Definitely
be that Will Jack in this defense, right? And shout out to Brad. He's also on the other side of the pond. He says, I'll definitely be going to that game reason in London. So there you go. You guys can meet up.
Yeah.
We can link y'all together. My whole thing is, guys, let me just hit y'all with this. What if I'm going to hit you, okay, with an 11-man personnel set, all right? And I'm going to go 4 wide. And I'm going to have Gesicki in line up the seam. And I'm going to have Fuller on one side and Albert Wilson on the other side in the slot. And then on the boundary, I'm going to put Devontae. And I'm going to go put Preston Williams.
No running back?
No, it's 11-man.
Oh, sorry.
Right? So you have a single guy. So like, think about it this way, bro. Now you got that big behemoth running up the seam, surrounded by nothing but speed on each side, and then they're surrounded by big contested 50-50 catch guys. How do you guard that?
Right.
How do you guard that?
And reason, I forgot the name of the professional NFL person, but they said the package we use with Preston Wilson and DVP, the percentage and separation, it doesn't matter because these guys catch it's like a freaking small cornerback's nightmare. That matchup, and I'm like, but we're not fast on the edges, but we catch the damn ball.
It's gonna be good, man. How long is the preseason? Is it 2 or 4 games this year?
Isn't it 2? I thought they cut it down because they're going to 17, right?
Right.
Justin, what do you?
Florida can play 16.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go. Yeah, because it's 17 games. There you go.
There we go.
There you go. So can Carson too.
Yeah, there we
So
go.
they did officially announce a 17-game season.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
pretty
last
sure they
year.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin, what are you thinking about this stuff, bro?
So far, I'm liking the moves. I'm probably one of the only ones who likes most of the moves that we've made. I think a lot of them have been under the radar, like we were talking about. A lot of bargain shopping has been going on. The Carter move at tight end, I think, is really underrated. He's got some athletic ability. I think no one really can see. It hasn't been untapped yet. What I really like about all the moves that we've made, and this is probably not going to be popular, but I like how Flo and Greer are targeting players for what they could be and could become, rather than what they've done for their teams in the past. So they're judging people on what they see from athletic ability and from football IQ and from what kind of people they are too, what kind of leaders they are. But getting Will Fuller to come in and get someone who can take the top off the defense is great. But my favorite signing so far probably would be the Justin Coleman, because I think that right there gives you a slot corner now that's going to push Nick Needham. Maybe I don't know what's going to happen with Needham now, but I mean we're pretty stacked at cornerback right now.
Let me ask you this because it's out there. Jeremy, I'm going to start with you on this, and then everyone else you can jump in and answer. Okay, we added Coleman. Nick Needham has boundary snaps, obviously his rookie season. Noah Benogany was told he's being given a chance to compete in the slot. Okay. We know X wants money. All right. This came out mid-season. Then after everything that went down with his agent and his friends, he switched agents, but he just happened to switch to an agent that's a shark. You know, the one that got Olivier Vernon out of town, that got Paul Solei out of town. I think there's one more player he represented, he got out of town. All right. We haven't heard a single leak of them even being sitting at the table, being far apart, or being close. Are they guaranteeing him more money? Are they preparing to move him? Because me and EM, weeks and weeks ago, we suggested if you're going to move him, target the Dallas Cowboys at number 10. And I think we told you that too when you were up here the last time too. What do you make of the X situation right now, dude?
Maybe we said, where are they getting this money from? Maybe they're already in talks with him to somehow convert his money and change it a little to get him some more money in his pocket to save some cap space. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with him because the Dolphins have been kind of weird this offseason, but I will say I would not get rid of him. I said it on the show. If he wants a little more money, he had 10 picks last year. He earned every dollar he wants, so I'd give him more money. I hope they don't get rid of him. There's no one else you could trust better than him on your team as a corner. So I'm keeping him. I'm giving him more money. Maybe they did. Maybe that's how they got this money. Maybe they're even doing more. Who knows?
What do you
I think you can buy.
Hold on a sec. I wanted to get Justin's thoughts. Justin, what do you think of that whole situation with X and what I just laid out?
I think it's an interesting situation, and I don't think I would give him more money. It's funny because I was listening to Ball Game talk about this with TV on his channel, and they were talking about the trade to Dallas at number 10.
Ball Game jacked. Ball Game straight up jacked. My suggestion, bro. The guy's got no remorse, bro, or no shame. Jesus.
I hear you, man. I called the Lawson thing too, but I don't need no credit for that. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. You did call the Lawson thing, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You did, now that I think about it. Yeah, you were the first one that said, yo, he might be out.
Yo, check this out. What do you think about, I know everybody wants to keep Ogba and stand him up and put his hand up, but what if we were to go ahead and make a move to go ahead and trade Jerome Baker, and Emmanuel Ogba pick up a 2 and a 4 and then sign Clowney and stand him up out there instead, and then sign. I heard we're linked to 3 teams that's linked to Terrell Adams, who played with Benardrick McKinney too, and then we could put Terrell Adams in the Baker spot. Or
you already know how I feel about Baker. I'll drive him to the airport.
Go ahead and get this one. I had this one earlier when I was at work. Go ahead and trade Agba and Flowers to Atlanta for Calvin Ridley. Pay half of Flowers' salary.
I don't think they'd trade Calvin. I would do that in a heartbeat, bro. If they let's go, bro. Calvin Ridley is going to be a top 5 receiver in this league in the next 2 years, bro. I would try to do that in a heartbeat.
I would try to make a trade.
Sorty.
What's good, boys?
Bro,
I've never actually got to talk to Sorty. What an elite follow on Twitter you are, my guy. Oh my god.
Clump, I'm about to tweet about Watson so I get blocked by you, bro. I need to get my follower count down, man.
I'll block you right now.
What's good, guys? How are we feeling about Fuller?
Oh, I feel like I just got a Deshaun Watson massage, buddy.
Oh, there we go.
Deep tissue.
Did you see that the NFL just tweeted a picture of Will Fuller in a Dolphins jersey? Whoo, pull that up.
Did you retweet it?
I did. It is beautiful. It's like an animated one, but it's pretty dope. It's pretty awesome.
How you feeling, Sorty, after the moves, bro?
So I saw the Will Fuller signing come across my phone. I had to go into a work meeting 1 minute later. So I'm sitting in an hour work call. Like, Jesus Christ, man. All I want to do is just retweet her, talk about the move. But I'm hyped, man. I'm really hyped. I think the 1 year deal works perfectly for Fuller. It'll give him a chance to prove himself, see if he can stay healthy, become the dude that I think he is when he could play a full season, you know? Gives us mad flexibility in the draft now. I don't think we're forced to go wide receiver with our first pick, like in a trade down, for example. I just really like the move.
What do you think about the rumblings of Chris Carson, even if they aren't as accurate as being reported? Like the fact that we're now being linked to a running back potentially. And you know, I know you follow all of these accounts too, Sorty. You watch. You know what strikes me as weird, bro? PFN never tweets out anything like that.
Dude, listen, I have a lot of boys all over the Dolphins Twitter sphere. I got a couple dudes over at PFN. That was pretty ballsy. That was a ballsy tweet, you know? Like you're right, Reason. They don't really tweet in those regards that much. So that was surprising to me. I'm sure that they have, you know, like pretty good sources. I'm not going to knock their sources. As far as just being linked to Carson, I'm a fan of it. I think it gives us just that much. It's about flexibility in the draft, right? Just we don't have all these needs so evidently in the draft. If we were to get Carson, for example, now don't get me wrong. Do we still draft a running back? 100%. I'm not going into the season with just Carson, Gaskin, and Brown, for example, dude. Like I would still make a move on running back, but now we might get a Ramondre Stevenson late, or maybe we do like Jarrett Patterson, for example. You know, it just opens us up to a couple different moves. We could potentially target the running back position just a little bit later if we went with Carson.
What do you think about the vocally? Because you know we've seen you on Twitter. What do you think about, for all the subscribers here? What are your feelings on how the Patriots, the Bills, and the Jets have upgraded?
If we didn't, it's weird, man. Because the Fuller signing has changed everything for me in a weird way. Just because I think he's going to contribute right off the bat. God willing, hoping he stays healthy, he'll open things up for Devontae because, you know, he's a burner. He'll get down the field. I heard Clump talking about his route running before. It is super underrated. I agree with him there. Before the Fuller signing, I would say that all of our division rivals were getting a leg up on us in free agency. I like the Jets moves, man, adding Lawson. I like Corey Davis. I saw who they just signed. I just saw they signed Keelan Cole. So that's another weapon for Zach Wilson or Darnold potentially deciding where they go. The Bills kind of, you know, they re-signed their own dudes. Milano came back. I saw Trubisky as their backup. I think that's a good move. I feel like his running game, kind of like his running ability, matches like their play style perfectly for a Josh Allen backup. I don't really think I need to go into the Patriots' moves. They pretty much bought the entire free agent class. But with the
players.
It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. But with the Fuller signing, I'm feeling much better about our free agent class now. We were going for a lot of depth, value plays. Fuller helps us on offense, and now we have a lot of flexibility for the draft, but the center position still worries me.
Yeah, you're not. I guess I haven't asked you yet. What are your thoughts on Skura?
Listen, Reason, I'm going to be honest, and you know that when I don't know a lot about a dude, I'll be the one to first admit it. I knew a little bit about him, but not enough. So, I sent out a tweet. I was like, yo, is this really an upgrade over Karras? Was kind of getting mixed reactions. I saw that when I was looking into it more, I saw he had the yips with the snaps kind of screwing up. And it was funny because I do recall the game perfectly against the Patriots that he was really screwing up on, and I didn't realize that was him. With that being said, before he kind of had the snapping issue and the injury, it seemed like he was really trending up to be one of the better centers in the league. So I guess what I would say is like the jury's still out for me. He might not even be our starter going into the season, man. Who knows? Maybe we get Creed Humphrey and he just kills it in training camp and we pencil him as a starter, right? So I'm not the biggest fan of it. I probably would have preferred Andrews because I know he's like a definitive upgrade over what Karras kind of did for us, and we wouldn't need to tackle center as much in the draft. But hey, I guess with that being said, it gives us the opportunity to develop a center behind him if he does start, and gives us, I guess, a little bit of flexibility there.
And I'm gonna read this, and I gotta get your thoughts on. I know you came in saying you're gonna tweet about him and get blocked. So now the Texans have put out a statement saying the NFL informed them today that they will conduct an investigation into the allegations made in the civil lawsuits filed against Deshaun Watson. They said they'll stay in close contact with the league as they do. We continue to take this and all matters involving anyone with the Texas organization seriously. We do not anticipate making any additional statements until the NFL's investigation concludes. Sorty, because we've been right in the middle of it on Twitter. What are your thoughts? And I know Klump has too. He's out here blocking people left and right. I might join him. What are your thoughts on A, the allegations, and B, do you think this totally deads a trade like me and Klump basically think it does?
Okay, so A, as far as allegations go, this is what I'll say. If it was one allegation, I would think it's a little sketchy, and I would agree with all those tweets saying, the timing's odd. Bro, there's 9. Is it 9 allegations now? I heard
9 officially. There's actually supposed to be more now too, they said. So
gee, come on, bro.
I'm waiting on the video.
So Watson is just this fiend who's getting massages.
Go ahead and swear, buddy. Go let it roll.
So fucking Watson is just getting happy endings left and right, forcing girls, grabbing him by the back of the head, man. It's messed up, bro. And Reason, like you said, dude, if this was my daughter, I'm going full John Wick, like on anyone's ass. So what I'll say is innocent until proven guilty. You never know with these things. I'm not gonna cast aspersions on Watson and paint him as he's guilty already. With that being said, I think as far as me, you, Klump, Jason, all the other people in the room and people I interact with on Twitter, I was probably one of the people who are a little bit more open to a Watson trade. With that being said, I am full 100% don't touch him. No more. It's over. I wouldn't even entertain it. I don't think other teams are going to be entertaining it right now because that's a very big stain that could have on a franchise. It's 2021, there's a lot of and rightfully so, there's a lot of social justice things like this going on with sexual harassment campaigns and all that. It's such a stain for any team that would trade for him in the middle of these investigations and allegations. And with that being said, though, man, you have to imagine McNair, Easterby are chilling in a room, sipping on scotch, cracking up, reading this, because they're probably looking at this, and I don't believe the conspiracy theories that they're behind it, but it's divine timing. Let's be honest. Is the timing not the most perfect thing possible for them right now for a team that wants to keep Watson and paint him as the bad guy?
Yeah. And Jared Cloud says the minute our center whiffs and Tua gets blown up, I'm sending Greer a sternly worded letter.
Then you should do it now. You should do it right now with Karras.
I wanted to ask you. I wanted to say to you this, Sorty. I guess he wanted all those happy endings because the playoffs weren't giving them to him, so needed to get them somewhere, right?
Yo,
Right.
Reason,
Honestly,
about,
sorry, Justin. I just got to say this. When I read the allegation with the oral stuff, that's when I was like,
Wild.
"Oh, you're done, bud. It's over. It's a wrap. Like, enjoy. Like."
And you know she kept the dress.
Oh no!
And
You know
think
what?
about this,
I want to add something that Sorty said. I want to add something that Sorty
Go
said.
ahead.
If you think about it, the thing that's really concerning to me, and again, he's innocent until proven guilty. I'm not saying Deshaun Watson is guilty. It's very strange that they're all masseuses. That is so specific. No, you have to think about it though. In a
You
weird,
understand?
in a mental person like that does something like that, for it to all be the same in each case. I mean, it's.
And the thing is, Jeremy, didn't allegedly Antonio Brown, the girl came in the room and he proceeded to fool with his genitals in the front of her. And it's masseuse.
Yeah, she wasn't a masseuse. She was like
The
painting
trainer,
or-
right?
Yeah, she was like training
The
or like
trainer,
do.
trainer,
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with these guys?
I think he might have like a weird fetish with this, and no one knew until now. And it's
Or
blowing up.
they
He's
are
been
easy
doing it for
marks.
years, probably.
Or they are easy
innocent
marks.
until proven guilty. but
Rhino's
it's,
saying it. Rhino's saying it.
Yeah.
Go say it again, Rhino.
Or they're easy marks. It's how these people, if they are that, it's an easy mark for them. It's a situation they know they're comfortable controlling and manipulating them. I'm not saying he did. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that's how these things work. They find it easy and they do it.
When you got
Agreed.
9 people coming, it's done.
If you read the
But-
first complaint, it cements what you just said, Rhino. That it's honestly pretty upsetting to read. If it's true or not true, I mean, it's regardless. The details are upsetting if you read it because it was 100% this poor young woman trying to make her life as a masseuse, and it's bad. It's really bad.
But then he's getting these masseuses off Instagram. Come on now.
I said that last night. That's another thing. Finding her
what do
off
you guys think
Instagram.
about Damian Williams being released?
He needs to check our friend list, man. We got good girls.
Oh God.
But this affects the draft though, because now all the teams that were gunning for Wilson, they're not gonna get Wilson. Watson, they're not gonna get Watson. So the draft now becomes big, and you need to come up on to the 3rd pick to get your quarterback. So we're in business. And they've said
It does
right?
definitely make the 3rd overall pick more valuable at this
Yeah.
point.
And it's going to make teams more desperate to get up there to get that.
Yep.
It's as if Houston wants more value for us. You know what I mean? Like they're just
Rome knows from experience, man.
Hey, he's got a good point, man.
Oh my God! Trust me, you can find elite escorts if you got the money, bro.
That's what I'm saying. He's not poor. I mean, if you don't want to get, I don't get the whole damn thing.
Well, I got it. Like, what's he been doing? You know, I know Sorty talked about Esther B and McNair sipping scotch. What has he been sipping scotch with Robert Kraft and said, "Hey, how do you do it? Give me some tips."
I think that's why he's created this whole controversy with the Texans, was to deflect from what was actually going on to begin with. I think he wanted to get out of Houston to try to run away from this situation. It all makes sense. It's weird because he didn't say anything about leaving the Texans till recently. Like it was just a couple months ago.
Late January. Yeah.
And all of his and Russell, DeAndre had been traded. All of his boys have been traded. Now I get the GM search and the coach search might have been the final straw. But
And with him signing that contract, it makes me think that maybe he really wasn't planning on going anywhere, and then some shit went down, and now he's like, "Oh, I gotta get out. I gotta go." And that's what this has all been about to begin with. And if that's the case, and it's created all this drama, I'm gonna be like Jesus.
Let me ask you guys though. Back to football for a sec. Are you guys worried about this offensive line right now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Only at center though. Only at center.
Right tackle as well.
I'm worried about
Well, I know, but the right tackle, he's strong enough for that run game. I want Wilson and no one else, man, and that right side.
If we get Panay Sewell, I'm good.
Hell
Because
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Reason
I
mentioned,
want Sewell.
when someone plays
Be
better
gentle,
on
Clump.
the
Be
edge,
gentle.
the guards play better with a healthy Kinley on the side of Jackson and a Hunt moving inside with Panay. I think Skura has a chance to play better. So
Watson has a girlfriend? I didn't even know that.
So that
Yeah, it does.
my
It's all
wife
over
brought this
Instagram.
up. She's like an Instagram model girlfriend too. My wife was
Yeah.
like, "What an idiot! Like what?"
Well,
I don't
no.
know.
He's not all up in there, man. That's why he blew a
Again,
24-0
Hey,
lead.
listen.
not all up.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, I agree.
Can I just make a point about that? Arnold, did you see Arnold Schwarzenegger's housekeeper
Oh my God!
that
I
he had an
wouldn't,
affair with?
buddy. I
I'm
wouldn't.
just saying.
I wouldn't touch her with your dick, bro.
I'm just because they're beautiful don't mean a damn thing.
Yeah, I know. Like Jesus. And did you see his alleged kid with her? Holy God, it looks exactly like him, bro. Just Spanish.
No.
My whole thing here, though, with the offensive line. Are we okay? I had a late third, early fourth round grade on Isaiah Wilson. All right. I saw a lot of deficiencies, like his recovery speed, his recovery ability is mediocre at best. He's not very athletic. He is good in open space. He is good at the second level. He had a lot of the same deficiencies that Robert Hunt had for me. Now, and he does have a leverage problem. At least he did at Georgia because the man was 6'7", so getting low was an issue for him.
Yep.
Are we really banking on? I know Clump is. Are we really banking on this guy being the right tackle when you got a guy like Panay Sewell staring down the barrel at you at 3?
He's a big question mark for me, Reason, and that's the thing. We don't know what he is. He hasn't played enough NFL football. And the other point to that is just based off of your comp, well, not comp, but your evaluation of him. It sounds like he's more prototype guard as well than tackle. And if that's the case, then I mean that may take. Then that means that they're looking at Hunt as their right tackle and maybe Wilson at their right guard. And that is a weird way to go about it. I still don't think that he's got the hip ability to be a right tackle in regards to Hunt.
The hip flexibility.
Yeah, he has no flexibility there in terms of being a proper right tackle. And he's got some heavy. I mean, he's got somewhat heavy feet. It's just the way he moves. It's weird. He's just built like he's a guard. He's not a tackle to me.
You know what worries me is I hear everybody talk about him in the running game. If he was such a good tackle in the running game, he would have been starting in Tennessee with that running game.
No, man, Tennessee was
he would have been
blackballed from day one.
Yeah.
Well, he was brought in to
I got a
replace
question.
Conklin, right? Yeah, go ahead.
I got a question for you, offensive line wise. So, if the offensive line on week 1 is Jackson, Flowers, a rookie center, and then we're saying Kinley at right guard and Hunt at right tackle,
23 years old or under, the whole thing.
Now, is that something that's like you think it's absolutely terrible, or you think it's formidable? What I'm getting at is, what if Wilson and I'm completely wrong and he doesn't work out? Do you think that the Dolphins would still be okay with having Hunt as the right tackle? Do you think it's like that bad if he was the right tackle in year 2?
I think we're going to be sitting around 25. We're going to be hovering in between 20 and 25 in terms of best offensive lines around.
This offensive line needs to be in the top 15 for the RPO to work. In my opinion, it has to be top 15 this year in every aspect. Overall, top 15. I mean, they got to be good. They got to be, I would like to say, above average in the run game, at least average pass protection. And they've got to be able to handle these stunts. And that's where I stand with it. If they figure that out, and a lot of that could have been scheming. That's why they fired Steve Marshall. And, they may be thinking that it was more the coach than the players. I think that's a dangerous road to travel down. But this offensive line has to be top 15 for this RPO offense to really work for this to happen.
I believe Kinley needs to stay over on that
left side
because when he's there, he made Thomas look better in college than he was. he's making Jackson look better. There's
But-
something about him over on that left side.
One thing is we have to see what Wilson has. No one saw him last year at like off-field issues, yeah, but like nobody saw him on the field. Like no
He's
one.
a big question mark. That's the problem.
You only had 3 snaps.
Yeah.
All on victory formation too, by the way. Right? Wasn't it victory formation? I think so.
it was.
One was a field goal.
One was a
Do
field
you
goal.
really want to go into the season with question marks at the offensive line position? I personally wouldn't.
See, here's
No.
my
I
thing. Why wouldn't you add a guy like Sewell who can, like, if you go back to his high school career, he's played left tackle, he's played right tackle. He was a guard recruit to Oregon. He was not a tackle recruit. His first snap at Oregon at the age of 17, he was playing left guard. So you got a guy who can play either guard or tackle on either side.
If no one offers you a trade for number 3, you have to get Sewell. It's about value.
Hell
But if
yeah.
someone offers you a trade, you can Cosme at 18, right? Or you can get Slater at whatever trade down you're getting.
But
And
I don't
then
think
you get the
Slater's
extra picks.
I think Slater is like an interior guy, strictly.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think he's a
Hey,
tackle.
watch us get like a Cosme, and then later on get like a Haney from
Hainsey.
Hainsey from Notre Dame in the late rounds for center.
And Hainsey's another guy who he only played center at the Senior Bowl. He played his whole career at Notre Dame. He was a tackle.
Yeah.
So
I mean-
Quinn Miners, if they're gonna get
I want Quinn Menares, bro.
I do too. I do too. Now, do you think he's a better center or guard?
Is it Quinn Miners or is it Quinn Menares?
I think it's
Miners.
Menares.
It's
I
what?
think it's
Miners?
Miners.
What is it?
I think it's Miners.
I
I'm
thought
gonna-
it was Mariners.
I'm like about to have him on the show. I better get that name right.
The
I thought it was what you said it was.
So did I,
thought it
bro.
was, but
I'm just getting too Spanish on my ass with that name,
Right?
bro. You
Guys,
But
know?
do you think he makes a better center or a guard? Reason?
Oh, I think he can play both, bro.
I do too. He
I
looks
think
nasty.
that guy's got the work ethic and the ability, bro, to be something special at the next level, dude.
So do I.
Where do you
Green
think it
City's
goes?
starter.
I heard he can
Where do
play
you think
all
it goes in the draft? Because nobody even really paid attention to this kid or even knew who he was before the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, because I mean, Whitewater, Wisconsin. Who the hell's watching football out there, bro?
Exactly.
I think he's. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in the second.
That's what I was thinking.
How high though?
You think he's gonna go that high now? I thought so too.
I
I,
think-
don't think he's gonna make it to the third either.
Yeah, I don't think so, bro. Like, man,
Yeah, low second because there's teams that need a center. So yeah, Green Bay Packers and other teams, Tampa.
you
so
just
maybe-
got to watch out because Creed Humphrey had shit tape this year. Okay, compared to his other years, it was not good. Landon Dickerson, though, I think he might be the first center off the board. And I really don't know if Landon's going to go, how high he's going to go in the second.
If he just wasn't injured, man, that dude would be the top center on the board.
He's injured
I
every
think he
year
is,
though.
I think he is anyways.
Yeah.
You know what, Justin? I think the fact that he was still trying to go, he went out there and got on the field, you know, like
Yeah.
we were talking about it earlier, right? He was only 2 weeks removed from a torn ACL.
Yeah.
They let
That
him
goes a
victory
long
formation.
way.
Yeah, the thing I like about that Dickerson is he can play all offensive line spots, not just center. He's experienced. He's like a Trent Williams. He can play tackle, left tackle, right guard, and center.
And he's familiar with our quarterback, Justin.
Exactly.
But he's also a man. Like he plays rough. Like he's old school. Like you're not
That's
gonna
what I
push
like
him
about-
around.
that's what
Like
I
he's
about my offensive lineman.
I want to ask you guys something. I mentioned this the reason when we watched the Super Bowl at the end of the Super Bowl, the importance of those 2 edge tackles for Kansas City, and how one Super Bowl could go down the drain because nobody's blocking for Mahomes.
The last Super Bowl should tell you everything. Look how they got worked.
Well, didn't they have?
Shaq
No,
Barrett
didn't they have? But they had like 4 offensive linemen that they had to replace for that game. It wasn't just the tackles.
They got worked.
on the edges, though.
So we should be very happy with Phinside falling in our laps now. And I don't think we're gonna have COVID problems if we make it to Super Bowl. But
Man,
Because that's
Sewell
pretty
every-
bad.
Bro, we're
luck.
not going to. We're not going to the Super Bowl this year, brother. Let's temper
I mean,
expectations right now.
yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like that. The chances of Kansas City having 2 tackles miss the Super Bowl. Wow, I don't think that's gonna happen again.
Think about the light coming on for Wilson and him getting his life together and actually coming through and being a right tackle in the NFL, and then us being tackle rich at tackle. Then what are you going to do if you draft Penny Sewell? Then that makes Austin Jackson have to swing into left guard because I'm putting Sewell at left tackle if that means Wilson wins the right tackle spot somehow, some way. I mean, it's going to be by miracle. But think about being tackle rich like that. Then you could kick kindly back over to right guard to make even more competition for Hunt. I mean, we need more competition like that along this offensive line. If you want it to be competitive and to be in the top 10, we need competition.
Right, but that's $10 million on the bench with Flowers.
I don't care. I don't care how much money you're making. I'm trying to put the best players on the field.
Exactly.
Flowers is gone after this year, man.
I'll freaking cut him and take the loss because he's a failure.
It's like but it's almost it's like an $11.5 million cap hit.
Find a trade partner for Flowers and offer to pay half of the salary.
Yo, you know who you trade him to, bro?
Let's do it.
I've been saying it. Trade him to the Seahawks, man.
Yeah, they need a guard. They need offensive line help bad.
Bro, I will give you Flowers in a 6th, and you just give me a 7th, bro.
I would be okay with that, believe it or
Like
not.
you said, reason I'll buy
What can we do with that $10.5 million right now, bro? I can go get Lombardi Lenny, bro. Then I create more flexibility in the draft for myself.
Exactly.
So we're in agreement. Nobody offers a trade.
About that Malcolm Brown.
If nobody offers a trade, we take Sewell. If a trade is there, we have to take the value.
Dude, by the end of the night,
My thing is, I don't want to move too far back and miss out on Pitts or Waddle, bro.
I'm not going past 8, man.
I think up to 12, you should get Waddle.
I think 8, you're pushing.
I don't think Waddle gets out of the top 10, bro.
I think Waddle.
I wouldn't be surprised if Waddle goes before Devontae Smith. Once he tests at his pro day, and he goes out there and runs a 4.27. Oh yeah.
someone just said on Facebook, by the end of the night, the Texans will be sending you a first-round pick to take on that contract.
Yeah.
Did someone ask a Kyle Pitts question? I heard someone say Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I have a Kyle Pitts question.
Go ahead. Ask the professional over here.
Has he had more than 7 games of college experience, or is that the only 7 games that we have is what the last year's film?
He played 13 the year before. He had 8 this year and 13 the year before. He had 8 this year, but he went out at I think it was like halftime. He got cheap shot.
So he's got like 20 games?
13, 8, and 2 maybe?
21.
What do you have? Like 22 games probably.
Man, I guess that's not that bad, but
well, wait. I always like this. I got to find his birthday. Hold on. I'm pretty sure he's only 20 years old. Also worth noting.
Yeah, but look at how he ran that pivot route, Clump.
His birthday is October 6th. He is 20 years old.
Damn, he's young. He's super skilled. He's got the wheels of a wide receiver and can block too. I like him a lot.
Everyone sleeps on his blocking, bro. Everyone sleeps on his
Is he the
blocking.
next Megatron?
No, because he's a tight end. I like him as a Megatron type with the matchup.
Prototype. Yeah.
He's gonna be his own thing. I think the Waller comparison is fair just because of the tight end position, but Pitts is the ultimate weapon. He really is. Florida put him at running back someplace. That's how crazy they got with him. I mean, Pitts is you can put him everywhere. He's unstoppable. He gets triple teamed and still catches touchdown passes.
Hey,
what do you think he's running? A 4.45 or a 4.5?
I don't think he's gonna run a 4.4. He'll hit a 4.5.
What if he goes 4.39?
Oh, buddy.
He'd be 3.
Bro, I'll trade up.
If Pitts goes 4.4, we talked about this on one of the other shows. If Pitts does go 4.4,
he's the move.
You got to take him at 3 no matter what. Like you can get a tackle every year, and you can get a tackle at 18. You can't get Kyle.
Let me say this. I think Penei Sewell's the best player in the draft. If he runs a 4.4, I got to agree with Clump that Pitts might be the best player in the draft, bro.
Yep.
Now I hope he runs a 4.49. I'm gonna
when's his pro day?
The end of the
Who's
month,
number
30.
one
I think
for
it's the
me?
30th or the
Yo,
31st.
all the good pro days start at the end of March and early April, man. Like LSU's early April, I think. Oregon's like April 1st or something like that. Like
Pitts' pro day is the 31st.
And
Wednesday.
when's Bama's pro day? Isn't it like the 2nd or the 3rd of April?
Alabama pro day is March 23rd, actually.
Oh, okay, so that's coming up.
That is coming
I have
up.
a question, Reason. When is the second the free agency, and is it after the draft?
What are you talking about?
Second wave of free agency.
It's open right now, bro. There's no
second wave,
bro. There is no second wave. It's all just one wave.
But I mean, like after the draft, there isn't a period of you can cut down and.
Yeah, they can always do that.
Well, yeah, in training camp, you can cut, you can release and cut, like even in the season, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
the
so
season has started now, so we're in
the second wave may have some promise, eh?
What are you talking about, bro?
The second wave, like coming to training camp, some people may fill some things that we thought we didn't fill now.
He's talking about when they make
like veteran cuts. You mean like veteran cuts in training camp?
He's fucking me up with the second wave terminology. There is no second wave. Like RG said, the new year has started. So it's like all one continuous, like as guys get cut. And what Sorty was kind of leading to is like last year, didn't Ed Reed get cut during training camp or the preseason?
Right.
Like you might have guys sit there, but the majority of the top talent is going to be gone probably by the end of this week.
Right. So
it's all gonna be about you're gonna get random, like Sorty said, veterans cut.
So we can do the draft. We can do a mock draft right now. Then
I'm not doing a mock draft right now.
No, I mean
after the I'll do a mock draft when we
need those pro days. We need those pro days to kick in.
Guys,
I got a name. No one's talking about.
Sign up for the Patreon, guys. Get into the private sessions and because the draft is coming up and it's gonna be awesome, man.
What were you gonna say, Clump?
I got a name of an edge defender that hasn't been talked about. That's gonna show my little Florida bias here. What about Carlos Dunlap? I forgot Carlos Dunlap's still out there.
How old is he now?
Like
He's gotta be
32.
30-something. 32, exactly.
Isn't Atkins available as well? Akins or Atkins from the Cincinnati Bengals?
I take Clowney over both of those guys.
Yeah, but Clowney's regressing every year more and
Dunlap's
more.
better than Clowney. Clowney's just got the name. Carlos Dunlap's done it and has been doing it way better than Clowney.
Yeah, I agree with
Clowney.
Clowney is still promising, but he hasn't delivered the last 3 years at all.
Hey, I got a question. What's up, y'all? I heard y'all talking about Panay. What's up, Reason? What's up, y'all? Russ.
What's up,
what's up, man?
Clump, Justin's Pro Football. I don't know the other ones. But all right. So I heard y'all talking about Panay and Pitts. Would you take Panay? And what do y'all think it would take to trade back up in the top 10 and take Pitts?
Ooh,
I'd give up anything.
18.
If they got both, I'd give up anything.
You know who
18
you target?
and next year is like 2 or
you know who you target?
I'd give next year's one.
You target
Devontae Parker.
You target the Detroit Lions because they're looking to accumulate picks, and that's
I'd give
at
them
7.
20.
I would, man.
2022, I'd give it. That's what I had in my mock draft. That's literally my exact mock draft was Sewell at 3, and then they trade up with the Lions and take Pitts. Let's do it. Oh my
See,
God.
you see what I mean? We've gone so cheap in free agency. Why not? You know what I mean? It's not like we got these huge, massive contracts. Most of these guys, we signed them for like 1 year.
Take it all. Take Flowers. Take whatever you need.
Hell yeah.
We're having a fire sale.
This man
Take
is
all
all
our
in.
expensive players.
I don't think Pitts even makes it that far, though. Pitts is going top 5. I really think so. And now I saw that the Bengals might be signing a tackle. If they sign a tackle, they might even go Pitts.
I think they're going Kamar. I think they're going Chase.
I think he never gets past Eagles.
I hear a lot of people looking past Sewell.
That's a team that I worried about is the Eagles if they trade Ertz.
And
they're going to get Pitts no matter what. They're getting
Howie
Pitts no
Roseman
matter
is a
what.
Florida grad too, by the way, worth noting.
Man, I heard today that the Jets are talking about trading back, man. Everybody's passing on Sewell. What?
He might go to Atlanta too, right? Pitts might go to Atlanta too.
What'd you say, Sorty?
I'm not buying that the Jets trade back, man. I think they stay put at 2 and grab Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
that's just my gut feeling.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only way they're trading back is if they're all in on Darnold, and from what we understand, they're not in on Darnold. Did you guys see that tweet? I forget who it was someone from the NFL Network, and they said that they talked to a scout about basically they said the impression the media has of Darnold is far different than what the impression inside the NFL is about Darnold.
He
and
stinks.
Did you see that? One NFL coach said he stinks. Like literally, bro.
But what's
He
this?
stinks.
Can he be a backup until he comes off his rookie contract, and they just can let him go? But they can also have Zach Wilson.
No, because you want to get value for him.
Yeah,
you want to get something for him and draft.
You know,
They'll get something. They'll get a second.
They'll
round
get
or-
Josh
They'll
Rosen
get something for sure.
currency, man. They'll get Josh Rosen currency.
I'm telling you, that guy would be perfect in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Put him under Kyle Shanahan and watch a little bit of a vital. Yo, if San Fran was picking in the top 10, that's where Watson would be going if he was getting traded. I'll stand firm on that shit because that's the perfect. Well, not anymore. I don't know what the masseuse parlors are like in Cali. This guy.
Oh,
you know.
damn.
This guy, bro, it's unbelievable, man.
Every month is something else with this guy.
Buddy, this guy's going for the Baker dozen with masseuses, bro. What's going on, man?
Black shampoo.
You guys know Juan, right? The big Deshaun Watson.
Your buddy.
Yeah. We have a
buddy.
love-hate
What he tweeted this morning was a little.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I won't even go to. He said just about how he doesn't care how insensitive it sounds and all this stuff. Is that the one you're talking about? That the girl's probably making it up, and sorry if she's not, but all this stuff. It was dumb. But he just tweeted that loving the fact that any Tua stands are watching Fuller include DW. Enjoy greatness. And someone replied and said, should we top it off with a happy ending? I like how he's just, you got to respect that, though, that he's just going to pretend like none of that's going on and just keep going forward. I mean, Adam Schefter's tweeting that they're investigating now. It's
over, bud. And he ain't coming.
When Fox and CNN picks this up in the weekend, it's gonna be all over. Like, it's gonna be big news, man. But you can't have 10 women in today's age, and he's a high profile, and he's a top 3 quarterback in the league. You can't. You just can't.
I agree.
I'm gonna be honest. That's a really good point. Like, I feel like at first a lot of the media was like, all right, it's 1, and then it's 3. They're like, all right, let's wait to see. Bro, it's 9. That's Bill Cosby type.
No.
It's
9 officially, though. There's actually more that they're vetting right now that they're filing. So, I mean, 9 is like official. I mean, it's going.
And they all got evidence. And they all got evidence.
Have a good ass lawyer.
Jesus.
But these trends, these trends like this, like I just never heard of this until like I don't know, maybe Cosby was the first one. But it's like a domino effect. It's like one comes out, then they're me too. Give me some money. You know what I mean?
It's not about the money. Yeah. It's about they finally can come out, right? It's not about the money.
It is kind of about the money, bro. Because if it was only about you felt some type of way. Man. You gotta listen, bro. If you feel violated, you're gonna go to a cop, bro. You're not just gonna be, let's do some settlement. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I'll stop you there because every woman that filed so far out of all 9 has only requested the minimum of $500 back. No one has requested any money in their lawsuit. So you gotta be careful with what you say because you're saying some shit that's gonna make you look stupid, buddy. I would be careful of saying stuff like that. These women don't want money. There's no one filing for money. Not one of them as of now.
There is people that want money, but it's not these women. It's other people.
Yeah, what are you going to do with that? And I know Sorty said Cosby, so what do you think he's feeding these girls Quaalude-filled Jello or what?
I think you should know the horse tranquilizers he gets from the trainers, bro. That must be what it is, because what else could be? But yeah, it's wild. It's wild, man. I don't think it's about the money. I don't know what it's about. We just got to wait to see, but it's not good for him. The Texans are probably happy about it, I'll be honest, but that's really it.
Yeah, and Clump's dead on, Esteban. I wouldn't go around saying that, bro, because I've seen what he's talking about. They've all hit the court minimum is $500, and that's legit what they're all asking for. No one's out here asking for $100,000.
Was it the first one that came out? The one that said that when they reported that they were trying to settle before they went.
The first one out. Watson said that in his his statement.
Who knows?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
true.
And shout out to Investigator Clump, because he went back and went through every Watson social media post because he noticed the double spaces at the beginning of every sentence in Watson's statement, and Watson doesn't write like that. So that lets you know the lawyer put that out saying he tried to settle for 6 figures. That wasn't even Watson.
Yeah.
So what's the guy's name? Ryan Besby?
Busby, I think it is.
Busby,
yeah. Busby or whatever. Did you see yesterday, Clump?
Tony Busby. Tony Busby.
Did you see the post he put out? And I know you probably did, about how Albright shared it, about how people are threatening his family and
That's crazy. Because football is king in Texas, man.
Yeah,
football is everything.
All over football, you guys are threatening me, my fiance, and my family over this lawsuit.
Within 24 hours.
Crazy,
like 24 hours. It's
he turned
crazy.
his comments off on Instagram now, too, so people must have been getting real nasty.
And this is one of the creme de la creme of lawyers in Texas, like as high profile as you can get.
Clump, didn't he represent the governor of Texas?
Yeah, he actually posted standing governor. From what did he say?
Life in prison.
Life in prison. He defended him on. Yep, you're right. I mean, this guy's legit.
Think about it, though, guys.
And he's got all the money in the world. It's not like he's out for money here.
Think about it, guys.
And he's clearly already got reputation if a governor's bringing him on.
The cases are doubling every 6 hours. God damn. This is like the Rona-virus all over
Can I
again.
just say this? I don't know if Clump was here yesterday when I said this, but I'll pitch it out. Could it just be another case of Tiger Woods where it's a disease? He's a legitimate sex addict.
Yeah.
I kind of touched on that in a sense where it's all the same case too. Like they're all masseuses.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of weird, you know? Like it's not like there's girls like, oh, I was at a party and he grabbed my butt or anything like that. Like these are all like real masseuses giving real in-depth. It's creepy. I don't know. Again, I'm not going to say, I'm not saying Deshaun Watson is guilty either. Again, innocent until proven guilty, but let's not say that these women are lying now. There's too many cases and they're all not filing for money. So that makes it even more sketchy. Like, what are these women going to get out of it by getting $500? Are we going to talk about him in 20 years?
Look at this guy. Look at this jabroni. Can you get rid of him too, Rhino, after I post this? You're delusional if you don't think this is about money. Bro,
you're an idiot.
Yeah, Clump just literally laid out. They're all asking for $500, bro.
At a minimum, at a minimum, the optics of this, the optics of this is just detrimental to any team conducting on the football side a trade for this guy this year. Yeah. In the future, who knows? But optically, this year, forget it. It's done. Like he's in Houston, and the fact that they got Tyrod Taylor just like that, it's like kind of fishy. Like, why did they?
That was their back because they knew this was coming and they needed a backup.
But here's the thing: look at what Clump said. You know, if you go back to the statement the NFL put out, they said they were just made aware of this.
Yeah, everybody.
So the thing is, right? Flores sits down and says, "Hey, you worried about this thing was going on? I'm having lunch with Tua."
Can I address something in the chat?
Go ahead, Ryan.
400 Wiz. The reason why women may not go to the police right away, we're talking about someone in their mind, whether it's reality or not, is very influential, especially someone the way it's described in the first one. She's trying to start a business. It's in her home. That may seem odd to you, but that's how a lot of people do business today, especially with COVID. Okay.
And Ryan, what did he say? What did he say to her? Remember?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It was a very mild threat, but it was very clear. And if you're feeling vulnerable as a woman, we have to remember this. Okay. This is how you may take it. And there's no way you can tell me he didn't know what he was typing when he typed that. He knew exactly what he was typing. So that's why they may not go to the police. And maybe the police would say to them in their head, they're like, oh, well, it's just a penis. Don't worry about it. This is how people deal with these things. They could deal with it in many ways. They deal with it the right way. They may deal with it with an irrational way. It's an irrational act to expect a massage and have a penis in your hand the next second. It's hard to understand unless you're there.
And maybe they're also afraid to say it because people like you who say that they're lying and doing it for the money, and now you're making them look even worse for something that they had to go through. Let the judge decide if it's about the money or not.
The only reason this got out is because one of the most profile lawyers took the case. If it was just an average lawyer, or if this was just an accusation made to a local police state, no one would ever have heard it. And this victims all of a sudden get erased one by one, and the story never gets any legs. Because the guy at the very top took it, his life is being threatened within 24 hours.
And let me ask you this, RD. Let me ask you this, RD. We've gone over, his reputation, who he's defended. You think he's taking this case on if there isn't actual reputable evidence for him to go forward with? Because he'll lose his reputation, bro.
But this is why? I mean, look at all the cases that are coming up. He knows there's legs to this. He's not doing this for the money, and that's been proven already. It's Texas. It's
get rid of
Deshaun.
this Adriana Gomez person too, Rhino.
They're gone.
And it's a sad again, man. The NFL's got to deal with this stuff, and they got to be.
And none of us up here, some of us up here are fathers of daughters. I don't want to hear about the money when people are asking for $500 a piece. What are they going to do? Well, that's not even half. If they live in apartments, that's not even half the monthly rent.
No.
Word.
That's their that's like what? Their groceries for a month and a half? Give me a break.
They think this is a Bill O'Reilly incident, man. Like, that's only one-off. Like, all these women, that not one of them gets paid. All of them just suffer.
Yeah, but all this is possible. Women do frame people. All that stuff happens. Well, 9 people come out. Come on.
It's
with
more counting.
With more pending. And, I hate to make light of the situation a little bit, but I keep going back to the Seinfeld episode where Jerry sets Elaine up with one of his friends, and Elaine
took it out.
Yeah, he pulled it out. He pulled it out. Yep. You remember?
He took it out. Yes, sir, Bob.
Antonio Brown has got to be sitting there like, dude, if I didn't learn anything.
But he had one girl. First of all, Antonio,
that was different.
You already brought up Antonio Brown once. I don't know why we keep going back to this. He had one person, okay, and then he started getting aggressive in text.
Yeah, that was an isolated.
9 people going on double digits we're dealing with here.
Man. And the thing is,
this is Tiger Woods-esque.
Yes, it is.
This is serial stuff. Like, he's a serial type of individual.
It is. And if it's all true, he needs to get help because he has a disease. That's all.
Yeah.
He's a sex addict. If it's allegedly true, you know what I mean? Then he just needs to get help.
Don't look good, but it's still allegedly.
It is still allegedly, and we'll let it play out. But Tony Busby just posted again on Instagram. He posted that letter, but he cropped the name of the NFL employee out and said he deleted it and reposted because he didn't want the information to be in there. But he wanted to know, he said, although this letter states it's confidential, know that the Texans have confirmed the existence of this investigation.
Yeah.
Damn.
This guy's not messing around. What is this guy going to post stuff like this for? Like, come on.
And guys, don't be insensitive because Nico, he's one of the first people that helped me down in the YouTube community. Look what he says right here. I got sisters who've been through stuff like that. All right? Listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now. I've got a sister that was molested when she was younger, when she was 13 years old. I don't want to hear any of this stuff right now, okay? And you know what? I'll take it even deeper. It was by a family member.
Yeah.
All right? So I don't want to hear all of this. And you know what? Guess what? My sister didn't go to the cops. My sister didn't file a lawsuit. She went to my mother.
Happens all the time.
All right? So I got no time for this shit. And I'm also a parent of two daughters. And I'll tell you, if y'all have seen the movie Sicario, anyone does this shit to my kid, it's ending like the ending scene of Sicario. Okay? So I've actually been through this shit just like Nico. I don't want to hear this bullshit about, they just about the money.
Yeah, these women are someone's sister, someone's aunt, someone's possible mother. So
I second that.
So anyways, let's get back to football here. We're about to hit the 2-hour mark. So let's go through. We'll go through some final thoughts here. We'll go through 6 minutes of final thoughts. So All right, Clump. Let's start with you, buddy. Your final thoughts.
Final thoughts are I'm excited about Will Fuller. I hope the Chris Carson news, even if it's not true that they're getting him, I hope it's true that they're trying to get a veteran running back like that, which could lead me to Lombardi, Lenny. James Conner didn't sign yet either, which I know a lot of people hate that, but getting a veteran running back to give them flexibility in the draft is great. And I'll end with a nice little choo-choo. Kyle Pitts at 3, baby.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts all day. Russell, your final thoughts, buddy.
I am okay with Pitts or Panay at 3. Either one, I'm happy. Or a trade down. Either way it goes, I'm good. Definitely glad that we're moving forward with everything. Free agency was okay for me. Will Fuller was a good pickup. Still wish they had invested more into the center position. But hey, like they said, can't always get what you want. So
I hate the Rolling Stones now, just so everyone knows.
I love them, but man, that sucks. He did that.
Yeah. They've ruined the Rolling Stones for me forever, bro. Like, thank you, Flo.
Right.
Fucking guy.
Yeah.
Let's go, Storty. Let's get your final thoughts, buddy, and appreciate you coming on. Always love having you on, bro.
Nah, of course, bro. I love being here. Final thoughts.
Me, you, and Houts. We got to get a roll. We're gonna get that show. We said we'd do it after.
Soon. Right?
Yeah, we said we'd do it before. We said we'd do
Clump
it
in there
before,
too.
right?
I want to get in on there too.
We'll get Clump in there. Hell yeah.
Don't be selfish, Jeremy.
Hey, we found out. Him and I found out we only live an hour away, but whatever. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you guys are gonna meet up for Philly cheesesteaks and hold hands? I'm impressed.
I'll be there to take pictures. Final thoughts goes. I am ecstatic about the Will Fuller signing. I just needed one vet wide receiver in the room to add a little bit to Devontae, to push Preston a little bit. You know, like I don't want to gift anybody the job. I don't want to gift Preston the job, Lynn Bowden, etc. Alan fucking Hearns, dude. So happy to have Will Fuller there. Push the room as a whole. He's dynamic as hell. I'm super happy about that. The main thing on my mind is the center position. Makes me nervous. I'm gonna be studying up on the centers a little more, doing more research on them, seeing who I want. I'm currently still on the Sewell at 3 train. Ultimately, I do want to trade down though. Trade down potentially Pitts, Waddle, Smith, and we'll see what happens. Fins up, man.
And the Texans just made a decent signing, and Ian Rappaport actually added some humor to his tweet. They just signed Desmond King to a 1 year, $3.5 million. Wow, that's cheap for Desmond. He was solid, man. And he says one of 800 signings in Houston. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
British Finn, are you still there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. Final thoughts from me. I'm really glad the Dolphins finally made some moves. It was looking a little bit dicey there for a while, but we've made some moves now. I think the offensive line still needs work, so I'm definitely on the Sewell train at 3. But also I do like Pitts as well. So you got to trust the flow cess, as they say, So let's keep rolling and let's hit the draft hard and let's show that the offensive line looks it's the best way to protect Tua, and we all want to protect Tua. He's a future, and we all already know that now, and especially what the news that's coming out with Watson now. So let's get behind Tua. Let's give him the weapons on that offensive line, and let's tear that AFC East up.
Agreed, bro. Like, please, God, let us tear it up. Esteban, you still there, brother? Let's get your final thoughts.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of trade back. Teams trying to trade back to get Najee, so I'm kind of giving up. I'll be honest. You know what, man? I'm just gonna settle for whatever I can get at this point. So, the ending to the lyrics are: if you try, sometimes you get what you need. So just give me Jabril Cox, and I'm good, bro. That's all I ask.
Look at Esteban throwing a swerve on the Rolling Stones. I love it. And we still got 526 people in the room. We peaked at about 600 people today. Rhino, let's get your final thoughts, brother.
Hey, it's a much better day than yesterday, and hopefully tomorrow will be even better. Just got to keep the faith, like the gentleman from England said. Just trust the flow cess, and we'll be good, man. Fins up.
Yes, sir.
Right. And for me, I think the coaching staff is they're acting too cocky. Like, oh, our development is don't worry, fans, we're developing. That's not enough for us. Yeah,
because expectations are here.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we don't have time to wait around. Go ahead, Archie.
That's it, bro. We've been waiting for decades and decades. It's crazy. But no, I see the light at the end of the tunnel, man. Like the way this free agency, it had all of us, and I know your last outing yesterday, things got a little emotional as well. People are just getting antsy, man.
Yeah,
because no, because people are like they were promised that there would be, value coming up, and we were just looking at our pennies. So things have really developed nicely. I was a big believer of Fuller from last year. I was like, God damn, I can't wait. This is the deep threat that we are missing. We're getting him. I don't know what's going to happen with Carson, but in the draft, I got 4 names for you, and we got 2 picks. I just need one of these 4 guys. You either give me Waddle, Smith, Pitts, or Bateman. You give me one of these 4, I'm happy, right? And then the rest of the guys, you do what you need for needs and value and all of that stuff. But you got to get one of these guys.
Robert Hunt Jr., are you Robert Hunt's son? Is my first question. My second thing is, he says Javonte Williams is the best running back nobody's talking about. Buddy, I told y'all my running back board hasn't come out, and I'm struggling with who's at number 1 right now. Between him and Najee, it's closer than people give it credit for. So, we still got 514 in the room, guys. Smash that like button. If you are new here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And just so everyone knows, me and EM are good. He actually came backstage. Rhino was there.
Yeah.
He came backstage after all of that, and everything is good. So
we were in there all night. We were in there all night.
Yeah, we were in there, guys. We were in there till like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
All right,
Dude,
I stepped away to record a hour hockey podcast. Came back and they were still there, and we hopped right in. So everything's good with EM. He's just working right now. That's all he is. And Fins up. He donates $20.99. He says, keep doing your thing, homie. Appreciate you, man. And I will be back here tomorrow night around 8 o'clock. So hopefully there's more stuff to talk about. But until then, y'all already know what time it is. It's Fins up all day, every day, baby. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Fins up.